Only 3 people in Hong Kong knew what Bruce Lee did every Thursday night. His wife didn't. His students didn't. His film producers didn't. The security guard at the Kings Road warehouse knew. The building superintendent knew. And one other person who would never speak of it publicly. That was about to change. On March 14, 1974, 4 street fighters walked into that warehouse looking for a reputation. They found Bruce Lee. Alone. No witnesses, no cameras. Or so they thought. What happened in the next 4 minutes would be recorded on a forgotten security camera and discovered 8 years after Bruce's death. This is what the footage shows. This is the story nobody was supposed to see. Hong Kong, Wan Chai District, Kings Road Industrial Building, March 14, 1974. Thursday night, 11:47 p.m. The warehouse district is quiet. Most buildings are locked, dark, empty. Workers gone home. Factories silent. The street is lit by yellow sodium lights that cast long shadows across cracked pavement. The air smells of salt water from Victoria Harbor 3 blocks away, mixed with diesel fuel and old concrete. The Kings Road warehouse is a 5-story structure built in 1962. Concrete walls, steel reinforced, industrial windows with metal grates. The ground floor is rented storage units. The second floor, Unit 2B, is a private training space. 2,400 square feet. High ceilings, exposed beams, concrete floor covered with canvas mats. No signs outside. No business name. Just a number. 2B. Inside that space, Bruce Lee trains alone. This is his sanctuary. The place where no one watches, no one judges, no one asks for autographs or film rolls or demonstrations. Just him and the work. He comes here every Thursday night, same time, 11:30 p.m. He has for the past 14 months. The building superintendent, Mr. Wong, unlocks the entrance for him. The security guard, a retired police officer named Chen, leaves him alone. Nobody else knows. This is the arrangement. Bruce trains in silence. The only sounds are his breathing, his footwork on canvas, the impact of his strikes on the heavy bag. Wood striking leather, bone striking wood, the rhythm of dedicated practice. Outside, the streets are empty. Hong Kong's Wan Chai district sleeps. Nobody is watching. Except 4 men are watching. They've been watching for 20 minutes from across the street, standing in the shadow of a closed garment factory. These are not martial artists. These are street fighters, enforcers, Triad muscle who earn their living through intimidation and violence. The leader is called Dai Lo Big Brother, not his real name. Nobody uses real names in this world. Dai Lo is 31 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall, 230 pounds of street-hardened muscle. His face is marked with scars, 3 across his left cheek, 1 through his right eyebrow. He's been fighting since age 14, 17 years of back-alley combat, protection rackets, debt collection. He's never trained in a dojo, never learned kata, never studied under a master. Everything he knows, he learned in the streets, in parking lots, in basement gambling dens where disputes are settled with fists, knees, broken bottles. He's fought over 200 times, unofficially. Won most of them, lost some. The losses left scars. The wins left reputation. In the Wan Chai underworld, Dai Lo is known as someone you don't cross, someone who finishes fights quickly and brutally. He's knocked out men bigger than him. He's put men in hospital with broken jaws, shattered ribs, ruptured spleens. He doesn't care about honor or respect or martial arts philosophy. He cares about control, about fear, about being the most dangerous man in the room. His 3 companions are younger, 23 to 26 years old, similar build, similar background. Street fighters who work as enforcers for a Triad gang operating in Wan Chai. They specialize in protection money collection, gambling den security, and occasional muscle work for loan sharks. Their names don't matter. What matters is they're hungry for reputation, eager to prove themselves, and convinced that beating a famous person will elevate their status in the criminal hierarchy. They've been planning this for 2 weeks, ever since someone told them that Bruce Lee trains alone in the King's Road warehouse every Thursday night. No security, no students, no witnesses. Just him. Vulnerable. An opportunity. Dai Lo's personality has one fatal flaw. He believes that movie fighting is fake, and real fighting is what he does in the streets. He's never been to a kung fu school, never respected traditional martial arts. To him, it's all performance, choreography, wire work, camera tricks. Real fighting in his mind is what happens when two men face each other with no rules, no mats, no referees. Just survival. He's expressed this view loudly in gambling dens, in restaurants, in front of other Triad members. These movie stars, they're actors. Put them in a real fight, they don't know what to do. No cameras to protect them, no stunt doubles. They're nothing. His companions share this belief. They've watched Bruce Lee's films, Enter the Dragon, Fist of Fury. They've seen the flying kicks, the one-inch punches, the demonstrations on talk shows. To them, it's entertainment, not reality. They believe that Bruce Lee's reputation is manufactured by Hollywood, that his speed is camera tricks, his power is choreography, his skill is movie magic. They think if they can beat him in a real fight, no cameras, no script, they'll prove that street fighters are superior to movie stars, that Triad muscle is more dangerous than kung fu legends. The Wan Chai underworld will know their names. Their status will rise. They'll become the men who humbled Bruce Lee. Tonight, Dai Lo decides it's time. He's watched the pattern. Every Thursday, 11:30 p.m., Bruce Lee enters the warehouse alone, trains for 90 minutes, leaves around 1 o'clock a.m. The security guard, Chen, stays in the ground floor office. The building superintendent, Wang, goes home at midnight. For at least 30 minutes, Bruce is completely alone, 4 floors up, in a soundproof warehouse unit with no backup, no witnesses, no help. Perfect conditions. Dai Lo speaks to his 3 companions. His voice is low, confident, certain. We go in now. The guard is downstairs. The movie star is upstairs. We walk in, we teach him a lesson, we walk out. Nobody knows. Nobody sees. One of his companions asks, "What if he's actually good?" Dai Lo laughs. "He's an actor. We're fighters. There's 4 of us. 1 of him. This takes 2 minutes." They cross the street, 4 shadows moving through yellow lamplight. They enter the King's Road warehouse through the front entrance. The door is unlocked. The security guard, Chen, is in the ground floor office, reading a newspaper, listening to Cantopop radio. He doesn't see them pass. They climb the concrete stairs to the 2nd floor. Their footsteps echo in the stairwell. Metal railings, concrete walls, the smell of old paint and industrial cleaning fluid. They reach the 2nd floor landing. Unit 2B is at the end of the corridor, 40 feet away. The door is unmarked, gray metal, industrial handle. Light leaks from underneath. They can hear sounds inside. Rhythmic impact, breathing, movement. Dai Lo signals to his companions. No words. Hand gestures. 2 of you cover the door. 1 stays in the hallway. I go in first. He opens the door. It's not locked. The door swings inward. The 4 men step into Unit 2B. The warehouse space is exactly as described. 2,400 square feet. High ceilings with exposed steel beams. Concrete floor covered with canvas training mats. Against the left wall, a wooden dummy, Muk Yanjong, traditional Wing Chun training equipment. Against the right wall, a heavy bag, leather worn smooth from thousands of strikes. In the center of the space, 30 feet away from the door, Bruce Lee stands in front of a full-length mirror. He's wearing simple training clothes, black cotton pants, white tank top, bare feet. His back is to the door. He's practicing footwork, shifting weight, checking his stance in the mirror. He hasn't noticed them yet. The 4 street fighters spread out. Dai Lo in front. The other 3 flanking left and right, blocking the exit. They're between Bruce and the door, between him and escape. Dai Lo speaks. His voice echoes in the empty warehouse. "Bruce Lee." Bruce stops moving. He sees them in the mirror reflection. 4 men, street clothes, hard faces, aggressive postures. He doesn't turn around immediately. He finishes his breath, centers his weight, then turns slowly to face them. His expression is calm, neutral, no fear, no anger, just awareness. "Can I help you?" Dai Lo smiles. It's not a friendly smile. "We heard you train here alone. We wanted to test something." "Test what?" "Whether movie kung fu works in a real fight." Bruce studies them. 4 against 1. No weapons visible. But that doesn't mean anything. They're positioned strategically, blocking the exit, spacing themselves to attack from multiple angles. These aren't students looking for lessons. These aren't fans looking for autographs. These are fighters looking for a fight. He calculates the situation instantly. The warehouse is soundproof. The security guard is 4 floors down. Nobody knows he's here. Calling for help won't work. Running isn't an option. They're blocking the door. Talking might work, but it probably won't. These men didn't come here to talk. They came here to prove something. Bruce speaks calmly, no aggression in his tone. "You don't want to do this." Dai Lo laughs. "That's what I thought. All talk. Just like the movies. I'm giving you a chance to leave." "We're not leaving. You are. On a stretcher." "Then you've made your choice." Dai Lo signals to his companions. "Take him." The first man attacks from Bruce's left side. He's 6 feet tall, maybe 190 pounds, younger than Dai Lo, faster, more reckless. He throws a wide right hook, Street Fighter style, telegraphed, powerful but slow, aiming for Bruce's head. Bruce isn't there. He's slipped inside the arc of the punch, 4 inches to the left, just enough. The punch sails past his ear, hitting nothing but air. In the same motion, Bruce's left hand rises, intercepts the attacker's extended arm at the elbow, redirects it downward with minimal force, just changing the angle, using the attacker's own momentum against him. The attacker stumbles forward, off balance. Bruce's right hand shoots out, palm strike to the solar plexus, stopped 2 inches before impact. Not because he missed, because he chose not to connect. The attacker feels the rush of air, realizes how close it was, freezes for a moment. Bruce steps back, resets to neutral stance. The attacker recovers, confused. What just happened? He threw a punch, it didn't land, and now Bruce is standing 6 feet away like nothing occurred. The other 3 street fighters watch, processing. That was fast. Faster than movies. Faster than they expected. The second attacker moves in from Bruce's right. He doesn't throw a single punch. He throws a combination. Left jab, right cross, left hook, street boxing, learned from alley fights and basement gyms. Each punch is committed, full power, aimed to damage. Bruce flows between them. Under the jab, outside the cross, away from the hook. His footwork is minimal, just enough, never more than necessary. He's not blocking, not deflecting, just not there when the strikes arrive. It looks effortless, like he's dancing through raindrops without getting wet. The second attacker resets, breathing harder, frustrated. He landed nothing, touched nothing. Bruce is unmarked, calm, waiting. Dai Lo watches from 15 feet away, his confidence starting to crack. This isn't going as planned. 2 of his best fighters, and they haven't touched him. Bruce isn't running. Bruce isn't fighting back. Bruce is just evading, making them miss, making them look slow, making them look ordinary. Dai Lo decides to change tactics. Both of you, at the same time. The first and second attackers exchange glances. 2-on-1. Street rules. They attack simultaneously from different angles. The first throws a front kick, May Gary style but without the form, just raw power aimed at Bruce's midsection. The second throws a roundhouse punch from the opposite side, trying to catch Bruce between them. Bruce reads both attacks in the first millisecond of movement. He sees the weight shift, the hip rotation, the chamber motion. He knows what's coming before it's fully launched. He steps forward, not backward, into the space between them. Inside the range where both techniques lose power. His left hand intercepts the kick at the shin, palm down, changing the trajectory by 6 inches, just enough to send it offline. His right hand rises to meet the punch, pak sao, slapping deflection, redirecting it past his head by 4 inches. Both attackers' techniques hit empty space. Bruce is in the center, untouched, balanced, in control. Then he moves. Not to escape, to demonstrate. His left hand strikes the first attacker's chest, 1-inch punch, Jeet Kune Do signature technique, power generated from the entire body compressed into 1 inch of movement. But Bruce pulls it, stops it 1 inch before contact. The attacker feels the shock wave through his shirt, realizes what almost happened, stumbles backward. Bruce's right hand reaches toward the second attacker's throat, fingers extended, Bu-G, thrusting fingers technique, aimed at the vulnerable trachea. Stops 2 inches away, holds the position for 3 seconds, long enough for the attacker to understand, long enough for the message to land. Then Bruce steps back, resets, hands open, stance neutral. 2 men on the ground, breathing hard, unhurt but shaken. 2 men still standing, watching, realizing this is not what they expected. The warehouse is silent except for heavy breathing. Dai Lo stares at Bruce. The movie star, who isn't supposed to be dangerous in real fights, has just controlled 2 trained street fighters without landing a single strike. Dai Lo's pride is wounded. His reputation is on the line. He cannot walk out of here having been embarrassed by an actor. He signals to the third fighter. You, with me. We end this. 2 fresh fighters against 1. Dai Lo is 230 pounds of street experience. The third fighter is 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, known for his grappling, his ability to take men to the ground and finish them with chokes and joint breaks. They attack together, no coordination, no strategy, just aggression. Dai Lo goes high, swinging for Bruce's head. The third fighter goes low, shooting for Bruce's legs, trying to tackle him, take him down. Bruce moves like water. That's the only way to describe it. He doesn't resist the attacks. He doesn't meet force with force. He flows around them, redirects them, uses their momentum, their aggression, their commitment against them. Dai Lo's punch comes in, a haymaker, brutal street power. Bruce's hand rises, meets the incoming fist at the wrist, tan sao, palm-up deflection, changes the angle by 8 inches, redirects it past his head. Dai Lo's punch hits the wall behind Bruce, concrete, his knuckles scrape. He curses. The third fighter is low, grabbing for Bruce's legs. Bruce's knee rises, meets the attacker's shoulder, not striking, just blocking, preventing the tackle from connecting. His hands drop to the attacker's head, controls it, guides it down and away, using the attacker's own forward momentum. The attacker goes to the ground face first, arms extended, hands slapping canvas, trying to catch himself. Bruce steps over him, doesn't engage further, resets. Dai Lo charges again, this time throwing combinations, street boxing mixed with wild aggression. Left jab, right cross, left hook, right uppercut. Each punch is powerful, experienced, the kind of strikes that have ended fights in alley confrontations. Bruce slips them all. Outside the jab, under the cross, away from the hook, inside the uppercut. His movements are minimal, precise, economical. No wasted motion, no extra steps. Just perfect positioning, perfect timing, perfect reading of body mechanics. It's not luck, it's not speed, it's understanding. Bruce sees the tells, the weight shifts, the shoulder rotations, the eye movements. He reads Dai Lo like a book written in simple language. Every technique is telegraphed seconds before it arrives. Dai Lo is breathing hard now, sweating, frustrated. He's thrown 20 strikes, maybe more. Hasn't touched Bruce, hasn't landed anything. His knuckles are scraped from hitting the wall. His pride is shattered. He's the feared street fighter of Wan Chai, the man who puts people in hospital, the enforcer with 200 fights and a reputation for brutality. And he can't touch a movie star. The third fighter has recovered, stands up, charges Bruce from behind. Bruce hears the footsteps, doesn't turn around. He waits until the attacker is 3 feet away, then sidesteps 6 inches to the left. The attacker runs past him, momentum carrying him forward, unable to stop. Bruce's foot extends, not a kick, just an obstruction, ankle level. The attacker trips over it, goes down hard, shoulder hitting canvas, rolling. Die low and the third fighter both on the ground now. The first 2 attackers still recovering against the wall. 4 street fighters, combined weight over 800 pounds, combined experience decades of violent confrontations. They've beaten men, broken bones, earned their reputations through real violence. And Bruce Lee, 135 pounds, alone, in a warehouse with no witnesses, is making them look like beginners, making them look slow, making them look ordinary. Die Lo gets to his feet. His face is red, veins visible on his neck, breathing ragged. He's not thinking strategically anymore. He's not calculating angles or conserving energy. He's operating on pure rage, pure ego, pure need to land something, anything, to prove he's not helpless. He roars, actually roars, and charges Bruce with everything he has. No technique, no strategy, just forward momentum and violent intent. All 4 fighters attack simultaneously now, no coordination, no plan, just desperation. They converge on Bruce from 4 different angles, trying to overwhelm him with numbers, with aggression, with sheer physical mass. Bruce moves through them like smoke through fingers. He's not fighting 4 people. He's reading 4 patterns, processing 4 sets of body mechanics, responding to 4 different timing windows. His mind is calm. His breathing is controlled. He's not thinking about each movement. He's just responding. Wing Chun sensitivity training, Chi Sao, has taught him to feel intention through contact. Jeet Kune Do philosophy has taught him to respond without classical technique, without predetermined patterns. He's not executing techniques he's practiced. He's creating solutions in real time based on what the situation requires. A punch comes from his left. His hand meets it, redirects it. A grab comes from his right. He turns into it, breaks the grip, guides the attacker past him. A kick comes from behind. He steps forward, the kick misses by inches. A tackle comes from the front. He sprawls, prevents the takedown, uses the attacker's momentum to send him into the wall. The entire sequence takes 8 seconds. When it's over, all 4 attackers are on the ground. None of them seriously injured. No blood, no broken bones, just exhausted, humiliated, and completely outclassed. Bruce stands in the center of the warehouse, breathing normally, unmarked, waiting. The silence is absolute. The only sound is the heavy breathing of 4 defeated street fighters. Die Lo pushes himself up to his knees, breathing hard, ego destroyed. For the first time in 17 years of street fighting, he feels helpless, outmatched, humbled. He looks up at Bruce Lee, the movie star he thought was fake, the actor he thought was all choreography and camera tricks, standing there, barely sweating, completely in control. Bruce speaks quietly. "You came here to test whether movie kung fu works in real fights." Die Lo nods, unable to speak. "Now you know." Die Lo's voice is hoarse. "How? How did you? We're bigger. There's 4 of us. We're real fighters. You are real fighters, but you fight with anger, with ego, with the need to win. That makes you predictable. And you? I fight with awareness, with adaptation, with no attachment to outcome. I respond to what is, not what I think should be." Die Lo processes this. It sounds like philosophy, like the kind of thing said in kung fu movies. But he just experienced it. It's not philosophy. It's truth. Bruce extends his hand. Dai Lo stares at it, confused. After everything that just happened, after the humiliation, Bruce is offering respect. Dai Lo takes the hand. Bruce pulls him to his feet. You have experience. You have toughness. But you're trapped by what you think fighting is. You think it's about power and aggression. Real fighting is about understanding, about reading your opponent, about being like water. Water. Water adapts. It flows around obstacles. It doesn't fight the rock. It goes around the rock. Over time, it shapes the rock. You came here like fire, aggressive, consuming, trying to burn everything. Fire is powerful, but it can be controlled. Water cannot be controlled. Dai Lo stands there, breathing, slowing, mind processing. His three companions are pulling themselves up, checking for injuries, finding none. They're all thinking the same thing. They came here to beat a movie star. Instead, they received a lesson from a master. Bruce walks to the wall, picks up 4 water bottles, hands them to the street fighters. Drink, recover, then leave. Don't come back. Dai Lo takes the bottle, drinks, realizes his hands are shaking. Not from fear, from adrenaline crash, from the realization of what just happened. He speaks quietly. Can you teach us? Bruce studies him. Why would I teach you? Because we came here with wrong understanding, and you showed us truth. We want to learn that truth. I don't teach people who use martial arts for violence. We use violence because it's what we know. If we knew something else, maybe we'd use that instead. Bruce considers this. The 4 men standing before him are not evil. They're products of environment, of Wan Chai streets, of lives shaped by poverty and lack of opportunity. They turned to violence because it was the only currency they understood. I'll give you one chance. Come to my school, Los Angeles, California, when you can afford the ticket. If you come, I'll train you. But you have to leave this life behind. No more triad work, no more enforcement, no more street fighting for money. You train to understand, not to hurt. Dai Lo nods. We'll come. Bruce knows they won't. Men like this rarely change. But he offers the possibility anyway, because possibility is all any person can give another person. The 4 street fighters leave the warehouse. They walk down the concrete stairs in silence, past the security guard who never knew they were there, out into the Hong Kong night, into the Wan Chai streets, carrying a story they'll tell but few will believe. Bruce returns to his training. He stands in front of the mirror, checks his stance, resumes his footwork practice. The confrontation is already past, already processed, already integrated. He doesn't dwell on it, doesn't replay it in his mind. It happened. It's finished. Back to the work. 30 minutes later, Mr. Chen, the security guard, makes his rounds on the 2nd floor. He sees light under Unit 2B, hears the rhythmic sound of training. Bruce Lee, working alone, same as every Thursday. Everything normal. Chen continues his rounds, unaware of what occurred. In a corner of the warehouse ceiling, mounted near the southeast beam, is a security camera. Black and white, low resolution, standard 1970s surveillance equipment. It's been there since the building was constructed in 1962, installed by the original owner for insurance purposes. Most people don't know it's there. It's small, unobtrusive, easy to miss. It records continuously, 24 hours, onto magnetic tape reels that are changed weekly by building maintenance. The footage is kept for 1 month, then recorded over unless there's an incident that requires documentation. On March 14, 1974, at 11:47 p.m., that camera recorded 4 men entering Unit 2B, recorded the entire confrontation, recorded Bruce Lee defending himself against 4 attackers without landing a single injury-causing strike, recorded the conversation afterward, recorded the men leaving. The tape was changed on March 21st, 1 week later, filed in the building superintendent's storage room, labeled 2B, March 14, 1974. Forgotten. 8 years later, 1982. Bruce Lee has been dead for 9 years. Mr. Wong, the building superintendent, is cleaning out the storage room, preparing to retire. He finds boxes of old security tapes, dozens of them, dating back to 1962. Most of them recorded over multiple times. Some preserved, labeled with dates when incidents occurred. Broken windows, unauthorized entries, maintenance issues. He finds the tape labeled 2B, March 14th to 21st, 1974. Doesn't remember why it was preserved. Plays it out of curiosity. Sees 4 men entering the frame. Sees Bruce Lee. Sees what happens next. He watches the entire 4-minute sequence 3 times, unable to believe what he's seeing. This is history. This is documentation of something nobody knew happened. He contacts Bruce Lee's family, offers them the tape. Linda Lee Cadwell, Bruce's widow, views the footage. She never knew about the Thursday night warehouse training, never knew about this confrontation. Bruce never mentioned it. The tape is authenticated, verified, confirmed to be genuine security footage from March 1974. It's kept private for 12 years. Only shown to close family, a few trusted students, martial arts historians who signed non-disclosure agreements. In 1994, 20 years after the incident, small portions of the footage are released publicly as part of a Bruce Lee documentary. Most viewers think it's staged, choreographed, fake. They can't believe Bruce Lee moved that fast in real life. They think it's enhanced, edited, manipulated. But the martial artists who study the footage frame by frame know the truth. The timing is too perfect. The economy of motion is too precise. The principles are too consistent with Bruce's teaching. It's real. All of it. Dai Lo never made it to Los Angeles. He continued working as a Triad enforcer for 3 more years. Got involved in a territorial dispute in 1977. Was stabbed in a restaurant bathroom in Simshat Sui. Survived, but barely. Retired from street fighting after that. Became a construction worker. Lived quietly in Kowloon for the rest of his life. He never spoke publicly about the warehouse confrontation. But people who knew him said he kept a photograph of Bruce Lee in his apartment, taped to the mirror where he could see it every morning. His 3 companions scattered. 1 moved to Taiwan, 1 went to prison for assault, 1 stayed in Hong Kong, became a taxi driver. None of them ever trained in martial arts formally. But the story circulated among Wan Chai Triad members for years. Whispered in gambling dens, in late-night restaurants, in places where street fighters gather. The story of the 4 men who tried to test Bruce Lee and learned they were testing something beyond their understanding. Most people dismissed it as myth, legend, the kind of story that gets exaggerated with each telling. Then the security footage surfaced, and the myth became documentation. Bruce Lee trained alone every Thursday night for 14 months, March 1973 to May 1974. The warehouse on Kings Road was his sanctuary, his laboratory, his private space to experiment with techniques, to refine understanding, to work without observation. He never discussed these training sessions publicly, never mentioned them in interviews. The only evidence they existed is the testimony of Mr. Wong, the building superintendent who unlocked the door, and Mr. Chen, the security guard who left him alone. And the security camera that nobody remembered was recording. 4 street fighters, combined weight 840 pounds, combined experience decades of violent confrontations. 1 martial artist, 135 pounds, no witnesses, no backup, no way out. The confrontation lasted 4 minutes and 12 seconds, documented frame by frame on forgotten security tape. Bruce Lee didn't break bones, didn't draw blood, didn't seriously injure anyone. He demonstrated control, precision, and a depth of understanding that turned a violent confrontation into a teaching moment. The warehouse closed in 1989. The building was demolished in 1995 to make way for a luxury apartment complex. Unit 2B no longer exists. The canvas mats are gone. The wooden dummy is gone. The mirror is gone. But the story remains. The security footage remains. The testimony remains. Thursday, March 14, 1974, 11:47 p.m., Kings Road Industrial Building. 4 men surrounded Bruce Lee looking for a reputation. They found humility instead. The security camera caught everything. And 3 people knew. Until everyone knew. The day street fighters learned that movie kung fu works exactly as well as Bruce Lee said it did. The day a forgotten security camera documented what mastery actually looks like. The day 4 men walked into a warehouse looking for a fight and walked out having witnessed art.